You see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on by. Walk on by.
A couple of minutes left, but George is calling from Greece, so he gets to come on.
Hello.
Hi, George.
Hey, Matt. Hey, Don. Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
We just finished having Easter here.
Yes.
The Orthodox Easter was this Sunday. It's just finished. You still have it. But I want to talk about something else. I was listening to the other guy before who was talking about whether helium was a bit different or the circumstances were different for life and the universe, like that. That's the argument from design that I always find it weird that the person making the argument is saying that there's no way for life or existence to exist if something was just a tiny bit different, yet their alternative is that before this, or whether it was anything else, there was an intelligence and a mind that existed regardless of whatever this universe is like.
Yeah.
I find that totally. So they think that I think that
it's a frustrating argument, right? Because in my mind, the big assumption there is that these things can be varied. And in many cases, they're talking about, well, the charge on the electron or something like that. And we have no reason to believe that such a thing could be different, right?
Yeah, and George is actually pointing out a bigger issue, though, and one that I don't think we've ever really addressed. And I'm really grateful that you brought it up, because it's something that I've heard about before.
You're welcome.
We never really hit on it, and that is that if you set aside the design argument for a second, they're saying, well, if this were different, if this were different, if this were different, you know, life would come out different, or life wouldn't exist at all, et cetera. And yet, in spite of their view of this hypothetical, they have this concept that there is, no matter what reality is, and a mind that could exist that is controlling all this. And it exists irrespective of what the factors are. And I think that's actually a really good point.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that, but that's brilliant.
Well, that's it, because they're saying that life couldn't exist if something else. Well, you think it does.
Yeah.
It does no matter what.
Oh, but that's a special life. This is a life.
Yeah. So then we get
Yeah,
into
not life.
the special pleading territory of, oh, my God is outside the universe.
It's physical, but not conceptual.
Yes. Okay. So you're saying that life can exist outside of matter. Intellect can exist outside of matter. So what's so special about this place?
Yeah. And hey, on that note, I got to let you go because we're out of time. I appreciate the call. Thanks everybody for calling in. We'll be back again next week, and there's a nonprofits next week. You're welcome to come down to Threadgills as long as you're not come down to be nasty. Theist, welcome to as well. There's a list of the crew, and I bet they might show themselves. Woo! Hey, by the way, still a spoon.
Still a spoon. What about next week, Matt? It's going to change next week. Okay.
There was supposed to be audio there.
I start to cry each time we meet. Walk on.